Hi everyone. In this video, I am going to explain you the 8th RTA program in microcontroller lab. That is a program to count the number of ones and zeros in two consecutive memory locations. Okay. So here comes the code. So I will be first building it. I have already loaded the program. So once you get zero error and zero warning, you can go to debug. Okay. So here the output will be stored in register R2 and R3. Here we are taking so many registers as counters. Here our task is we are to take two values. Two values are of 32-bit, and you have to count the number of how many number of zeros and ones are there in two values. Okay. So for example, here in this program we have chosen these two values. Okay, that is 0x11111111 and 0xAA55AA55. You can take any number of your choice. Okay, so how to count number of zeros and ones in these two values? You have to convert this number into, here these are the hexadecimal values. You have to convert these two numbers into binary values, and in binary anyhow we get only zeros and ones. Just count the number of ones and zeros in that. Okay, so at the end, sum of these two sum of zeros and ones in these two memory locations, that means in these two values, will be the output. Okay, so here we are storing these two values in a variable called value. Okay, and we are not writing anything into the memory location, so just we are declaring this in code area itself, which is declared as read only. So here this is the code area where it is named as 10 and it is declared as read only. Within this code area itself we can declare the variable. Okay, so coming to the first instruction, so move R2 comma 0. Here as I already told you, R2 register here we are considering to store the number of ones. Okay, R2 here it will be acting as a counter to store the number of ones, and R3 will be the counter to store the number of zeros, to count number of zeros. Okay, and R7 we are storing 2 in R7. Why? Because here we are considering two values. Okay, we are taking two words in memory location. Okay, that must be stored in another register, say R7. Okay, so I will run the program. So R2 is initialized to 0. Next again R3 is also initialized to 0. Next once I run the third instruction, R7 will be stored with value 2, which indicates two numbers, two values, or two 32-bit numbers. Okay, next where we are actually storing the value, that is in variable value. First we have to fetch the first number or first value, which is 0x11111111. Okay, so in order to fetch the value, first you need to know the address of it. So load the address of value to register R6. So R6 as of now it is 0. Once you execute that instruction, the address of value will be loaded to register R6. So in the memory window, if you give that particular address 0x followed by 6 zeros and 44, if you give this address, so here you can see in the memory window, in two consecutive memory locations, we are taking two 32-bit numbers, which is 11111111 and AA55 AA55. It will be stored from right to left. Okay, so AA55 AA55. So first we will be fetching the first number. We will be counting the number of zeros and ones by doing the right rotation operation. Next we will be fetching the second number and we will be doing the same operation. Okay. So at the end, R2 and R3 will be containing the result. Register R2 and R3. Okay. And the next instruction is move R1 comma hash 32. Why 32 here? Because each and every word here is of size 32 bits. Okay, while counting the number of zeros and ones, we have to check each and every bit in binary number, whether it is 0 or 1. So that is why we have to load 32 to register R1. Okay, so check the content of R1 now, it is 0. Once if I execute this instruction, it will be changed. It is not 32 here, it is 20 because 20 is the hexadecimal equivalent of decimal number 32. Okay, so you can check. So 32 in decimal is equal to 20 in hexadecimal. So that is why 20 will be loaded to register R1. Okay, next. So you have to fetch the value to some register, say R0. Okay, so the next instruction will be fetching the value present at R6 to register R0, and R6 is a pointer to the value and it will be incremented by 4. So what is the first value here in this memory location? It is 11111111. See, the color of this is being changed as we are fetching the value, and the content of R0 is that first value. It is loaded now. Okay, next we need to do the right rotation operation. See here, this PDF gives you the tracing of this program. So here I have mentioned R0 will be storing value which is 32 bit. R1 will be used to store counter 32. Okay, then R2 will be storing the number of ones, R3 will be storing the number of zeros. So once first what I need to do, I will be considering the first value which is 0x11111111. I will be converting this to binary equivalent. So once if I convert this to binary, so each number here, each digit in this hexadecimal must be converted to binary. So what is 1 in binary? It is 0001, right? So this one equivalent binary number is this. This second one equivalent binary number is this, and it goes on. So how many number of ones are there in hexadecimal? It is 8. Okay, 8 times we have to write this 0001. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So totally 8 into 4. It is 32-bit number. So this is a 32-bit binary equivalent of this particular hexadecimal value that we have chosen. Okay. So here we are doing the right rotation operation. In right rotation operation, 0th bit to 31 bit we won't consider. We will be considering the last bit. This will be the carry bit, and in carry bit if it is equal to 1, then we will increment the count of R2, which will be holding the number of ones. And if this carry bit is 0, then we will be considering it as 0, means the count of R3 will be incrementing, which will be storing the number of zeros. Okay, that is the simple logic behind this program. Just we will take a value in hexadecimal, we will convert it into binary, and we will do right rotation operation. In right rotation operation, this 32-bit, 32nd bit, this MSB bit will be the carry bit, and if carry bit is equal to 1, we will be incrementing R2, which will be holding the number of ones, and if carry bit is equal to 0, we will be incrementing the count for R3, which holds the number of zeros. Okay, so how long we have to do? We have to do like this 32 times, because we have to check each and every bit in binary number. Okay, so once we rotate this 11111111 by 1 bit, then the value will be 88888888, right? So once we rotate this LSB bit will be moved to MSB, and this 0 will be moved here, this 0 comes here, this 0 comes here, and this 1 comes to this particular position, and this goes on. So each and every bit will be shifted towards right by 1 bit. So what is the equivalent of this binary number in hexadecimal? You cannot see the content of binary in register. Okay, binary numbers you cannot see in register. Register can be containing only these values. Okay, so initially it will be 11111111. Next it will be changed to 88888888. Next, once you rotate this 8888 by 1, this will be the binary number, and equivalent hexadecimal for this will be 44444444. Next it will be 22222222. So like this, the content of register R0 will be keep on changing to 1842 1842 until and unless it finishes all 32 bits. Okay, so once it finishes rotating all 32 bits, the count of number of zeros and ones will be and 18. Okay, so in order to just verify manually, here in this number you can count how many number of zeros and ones are there. To count the number of ones, it is 8. Check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 number of ones are there. And how many zeros are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So 8 ones and 24 zeros are there. That is in decimal, but our register will be containing the hexadecimal value, which will be equal to 8 and 18. 24 in decimal is equal to 18 in hexadecimal. So once you come to the end of first value, the content of register R2 and R3 will be 8 and 18. Okay. Next, you have to consider the second value. Second value is AA55, AA55. If you convert this value into binary, so this is that value. So what is A? It is 10. So what is 10 in binary? It is 8 plus 2. So 1010 is the equivalent value of A in binary. So AA 5 means it is 101. So AA55, again AA55. Okay. By mistake only I have written this. Please ignore these last 4 nibbles. Okay. So here, if you count the number of ones and zeros in this particular value, how many number of zeros and ones are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. So number of zeros and ones are equal here. Okay. In each and every nibble, 2 ones are there and 2 zeros are there. So totally 16 zeros and 16 ones are there. Okay, that is in decimal. But in hexadecimal, 16 is equal to 10. Okay, so the number of ones and zeros in second value is 10 and 10. This value we are going to add it to the previous content of R2 and R3. Okay, so once we complete counting the number of ones and zeros in both the values, at the end the contents of R2 and R3 will be like this. It will be 18 and 28. Okay, so the second count will be added to the first count. Okay, it will be doing like at the end of first value, the content of R2 and R3 will be 8 and 18. To this value, you will be gone adding the number of zeros and ones in second value. That's it. So it is 8 plus 10, 18 plus 10. It is equal to 18 plus 18 and 28. Okay, so this must be the result. And if you want, you can rotate this second value, and also you can check what will be the next value. Once you rotate AA55, AA55, what will be the next number, you can check. In the same way how I have done here for the first value. Okay, so moving to program. So we have loaded the value, first value to R0. So now we will be doing the rotate operation. So once if I do the rotate operation, check, the value in R0 is changing, right? It was 11111111. Now it is changing to 8888 8888. That is what we are seeing here, right? So once we rotate 1111 1111, the next number will be 8888 in hexadecimal. Okay, next it will be 4, next it will be 2, like that. Okay, and the next instruction is BHI once. Now once we rotate based on the carry flag, so you have to expand the CPSR flags. Okay, and you have to go through the Z flag and C flag, carry flag here. Only these two flags will consider here, which are very important. So based on carry flag value, we will be incrementing the value of R2 and R3. Now C is equal to 1, means carry bit is 1. So which register content we need to increment? It is R2, right? R2 contains the number of ones. So we have taken the label as ones, right? And the instruction, the next instruction is BHI, means branch is higher than. This branch instruction will be taking a branch based on the values presented 0 flag and carry flag. BHI considers two flags, Z flag and C flag. This will be taking branch only if it satisfies the conditions like C must be equal to 1 and Z must be equal to 0. Then only it will be taking the branch. Okay. Now it is satisfying the condition. C is equal to 1, Z is equal to 0. Yes, true. It will be taking a branch to once. Okay. Now it will be jumping to the label once and it will be incrementing the content of R2. Add R2 comma R2 comma hash 1 means it will be incrementing the count of R2. So R2 is initially 0. Now it will be changing to 1 because the carry bit, this particular bit is 1. So we have to increment the count of number of ones. Next, once I increment R2 or R3 based on the carry flag, next I need to, the meaning is I have finished counting 1 bit. That's why the number of bits, that is 32 bit. In 32 bit, I finished counting 1 bit. Remaining, the content of R1 must be decremented by 1. Remaining 31 bits are there. Okay, so you need to decrement the count of R1. Okay, it will be 1F now. 20 minus 1 will be 1F. Okay. BNE loop 0 means branch F not equal to. So BNE will be taking a jump or branch if Z flag is clear. Okay. Z flag is clear now. Z means Z is equal to 0. So it will be branching to loop 0. Check now. So we move to loop 0 and we are executing the instruction. Once again rotate instruction now. So again we rotated the value in R0. Now it changed from 8 to 4444 4444, right? So after 8 we have to get 4. So once again, based on the content of carry flag, we will be incrementing the count of zeros or ones. So C is equal to 0 now. Okay, and Z is equal to 0. So it won't take the branch. It will continue with the immediate next instruction, that is add R3 comma R3 comma hash 1. Means carry flag is 0 means I need to increment the count of zeros that is present in R3. So R3 will be incremented by 1. Then immediately branch to loop 1. No condition need to check here. So simply take the branch to loop 1. So I will come to loop 1. Just decrement the number of bits here. Remaining 30 bits I need to check. Okay. So decrement the count of R1. And again now Z is equal to 0. So take the branch to loop 0. Again do the rotate operation. Now content of R0 will be 2222, 2222. Carry flag is 0. So I need to increment the count of 0. So R3 will be incremented. Again I need to decrement the number of bits in R1. Again branch to loop 0. Do the rotate operation. Now 2 change to 1. Now carry flag is 0. So it won't branch to 1. Once it will be incrementing the value at R3. So R3 got incremented. Again the number of bits will be reduced. It is 1C now. Now jump to loop 0, again do the rotate operation and this continues. Okay. So now carry flag is 1. So we need to increment the count at R2. So again do the rotate operation. C is equal to 0. So R3 is incremented. Decrement the number of bits. Rotate operation. C is equal to 0. So R3 will be incremented. C is equal to 0. Again R3 will be incremented. C is equal to 1 now. So R2 will be incremented. Again do the rotate operation. So this will be keep on executing. This loop continues its execution till it completes all the 32 bits. Okay. So where is the count taken? The count is taken in register R1. Means 32 bit count. Okay. It is C, it is B. You can check based on carry flag. R2 and R3 will be incremented. Click on it. Now R1 is 5. Remaining 5 bits are there to check. Now 4 bits are there to check. 3 bits, 2 bits. Now there is only 1 bit to be checked. Okay, last bit we are rotating. Now carry flag is 0, means I need to increment the count of R3. So R3 count will be incremented. Now R1 is decremented. See now R1 is 0, means I have finished completed all the 32 bit in first value. Okay, that is in first memory location. I have counted the number of ones and zeros. So what is the number of count of zeros and ones once we finish the first value? It is 8 and 18. So did we get this value in R2 and R3? Yes. R2 means the number of ones are 8 and the number of zeros in R3 are 18. Okay. 8 ones are there, 18 zeros are there. Okay. BNE loop 0 means this instruction will be taking a jump if z is equal to 0. Now z is equal to 1. So it won't branch to loop 0. It will be continuing with the next instruction, which is subs R8, R7, R7, 1. Means what does R7 contains? Initially it was 2, right? It was 2, which indicates we are considering 2 words or 2 memory locations or 2 values. Okay. Now we have finished completed one value. So decrement the count of R7 by 1. So R7 got decremented and you need to compare R7 with 0. Now R7 is equal to 1, not equal to 0. So you have to go to, yes, it is not equal to 0. So jump to loop and again you continue the same operation. Whatever we did for first value, the same operation will be done for the second value. The same steps will be carried out. Load 32 to R1, which indicates 32 bits. Okay. So now it will be considering these 32 bits. It will be keep on rotating based on the carry bit value present at this position. It will be incrementing R2 and R3. Okay. Now check now. So we have to load the second value. The second number is loaded to the register R0. So the color of this is being changed and R0 contains AA55, AA55. Now we are starting with the second value. So start with rotate operation. After rotating, this will be the next number. Okay. And carry bit is 1, right? So you need to increment R2. Check. See, R2 count will be incremented. Again, branch to loop 0. Do the rotate operation. DHI once means it will be jumping to ones if z is equal to 0 and c is equal to 1. Now c is equal to 0, so it won't take branch to ones. It will be moving with the next instruction. Add R3, R3, 1. R3 will be incremented now. Again, decrement the number of bits. Jump to loop 0. Do the rotate operation. Based on the carry flag, you have to increment the count of R2 and R3. Now carry flag is 1. So R2 will be incremented. Right? R2 incremented from 9 to A. 9 plus 1 is 10, which is equal to A. So and this continues. Okay. How long we have to execute this? Till you complete all 32 bits in second value. Okay. Carry flag is 1. Carry flag is 0. C equal to 1 means R2 will be incremented. C equal to 0 means R3 will be incremented. Okay. Until and unless R1 becomes 0, you have to execute the same steps. R1 is 8 now. Remaining 7 bits are there. 6 bits are there. 5 bits are there. 4, 3, 2 and I'm checking the content of R1. Okay. So R1 is 1 now, which indicates only one more bit left to count the number of ones and zeros. Now it is equal to 0, means it has finished counting the number of zeros and ones in the second value, which is AA55, AA55. So now at the end of both the values, what was the value we got when we did it manually? We got 18 and 28. Okay. Did you get the same values here? See, R2 contains 18, which indicates the number of ones in this and this memory location, and R3 contains 28, which indicates the number of zeros in both the memory locations. Okay. So now R7 is equal to 1. So R7 will be decremented by 1 and now it is 0. So compare R7 with 0. Yes, R7 is equal to 0. So it won't take the branch. It will be stop. Okay. So this is the end of the program. So and finally your result is R2 and R3. Thank you.